Hey everybody, Ryan here coming at you with my top 5 David Fincher films. I just did a video before this, and so it might look different. I just changed the filter for the webcam to give it more of a warm look, to try to give it a David Fincher kind of look, and it does not look like it at all, but it's all good. Just trying to be funny in that way. So let's go ahead and get started with my top 5. My number 5 film, it is just a masterpiece. It is a beautiful film, and I love it very much. And it is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And I just love everything about this film. The acting, the direction, the epic scope of the story. Um, just everything about this film is brilliant. And it's kind of different for a David Fincher film. It still has that underlying darkness that's in his films, but it's a little bit more I don't know. It's interesting, and I really, really love it. I was blown away when I first saw it, and I just think it's a brilliant film. And so, number 5, Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. Number 4 is, I was pretty much speechless when I first watched this movie because I didn't expect it to be that amazing, and it ended up being brilliant. And I didn't watch it the year it came out, but I have said it would have probably been one of my top favorite of the year if I would have watched it, and that is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Gritty, dark. There's some really disturbing stuff in this film, but I think it redeems itself with the plot. Not saying it was like it's just those disturbing aspects are really, they're not glorified. They are shown for what it is, the ugliness for what it is, and the unfolding of the story is just brilliant. This film is just a masterpiece. I can't even think of a single flaw in this film. The acting is superb, and the atmosphere of the music by Trent Reznor, and who else was it that did the music? Atticus Ross. Just everything about this film is brilliant. I just love it. The cinematography in this film is really beautiful. It's really beautiful to look at. Very eerie at first, and as the snow begins to fall, you start to see the beauty in in Sweden. And even though it has like that grittiness to it and the grittiness to the story, it's still a beautiful film to look at visually, and the story, just unfolds brilliantly. And yeah, so Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, number 4. Number 3 is, in my opinion, his most underrated film, and it is Zodiac. Probably one of the best, investigative murder mysteries. As you know, it's about the Zodiac, like the investigation into finding the Zodiac killer. This has a huge, huge cast of great performances: Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal, just a bunch of people in this film, and they all do great jobs. But this film is really underrated because it's like, over, it's closer to 3 hours, and people might get bored by it easily. They want to be scared every 5 seconds. They want to have something blow up every 5 seconds. This film was not for those people. This film was for the people that want to sit and take their time and watch something unfold as it almost did. And David Fincher's direction in this film is really amazing. It is really something, I cannot believe how underrated this film is. It is just brilliant. It's very meticulous in the investigation, and it's like slow moving, but it's fast paced at the same time. It's like it takes its time with the story, but it's extremely fast paced with the kind of film that it is, and it really covers a lot of ground. And it's just, awesome viewing. It is very good. I kind of put it up there with like All the President's Men, in terms of the kind of film that it is, like the way everything's investigated. It's slow moving, but yet kind of fast paced at the same time, and it's another beautiful film to look at. So Zodiac. The next 2, I actually have on Blu-ray. I just don't know where they're at. Well, one, what I don't know what happened to these films on Blu-ray because I only had the discs. But either way, I'm getting them on Blu-ray again because I just only have the discs because my cases were messed up because I got them used. But I wanted to show off a case. So my second favorite David Fincher film was actually my first favorite for a very long time, really up until the past couple of years, and it is Seven. I probably don't even need to say anything about this film other than the fact that it is an amazing, um, gritty psychological thriller murder mystery. Um, has some very disturbing aspects to it. And I don't want to blow it for anybody who hasn't seen this movie, but let's just say that the killer in this movie is probably hands down one of the greatest scene-stealing performances, and that actor actually pretty much owns this movie with his performance. So, yeah, so it's Seven. And number one is my all-time favorite, and it was always one of my favorites, but this is just, I could actually watch this on repeat. I could watch this more than I can watch Seven, and that is Fight Club. I love everything about this film. It's brilliant. The satire, the social satire message it has about, commercialism and all that stuff, and just living like human beings were meant to live with basically no possessions. That's not what it's all about. And this film is just a masterpiece. This film is brilliant, and it's also underrated because it's now getting critical acclaim. But when it came out, it was a box office and critical failure. And the cult following for this film is great. The author Chuck Palahniuk, I actually started the author of this book. I actually start later, and they still kind of have the same style of of Fight Club, and they're still all really good. Some are better than others, but this is a film. Oh my gosh, it is a feast for your eyes because of the visuals and how heavily stylized everything is, and just how awesome everything is. And I could watch this movie all the time. I just love it. So that's it for my top 5 David Fincher. I really like all David Fincher films. I really like The Social Network. I really like The Game. I'm not extremely crazy about Alien 3 because I'm a huge Alien and Aliens fan. But I really, really like all of his films, but I had to narrow it into a top 5, so that's why I didn't mention, the other ones. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.